A bribery investigation into a British investor triggers another resignation call in a Caribbean country. And in sport, a Trinidadian footballer dies in a car crash in England. I'm Ricardo Robertson. This is Caribbean in 10 for Monday, May 15th. I'll be back with the details after the break.
We actually look at Latin America as a whole. We just use Argentina and Venezuela as examples, and in the last really 20 years. And what we were looking at is this rejection of representation, the idea of having power over other people, so organizing in a more horizontal way and self-organizing. So the point of reference of these movements that we're talking about in Latin America, and in fact people are using the language in Latin America of societies in movement rather than protest movement.
So we're talking about off air, we're talking about the first time you've ever performed, well, actually in the studio first. How was that like, you being in the actual booth?
Oh my God, I was so ready to go, but when I got there, I was so not ready. It's like when I got there, was so much stuff that I didn't know that had to be done. Like the first layout, then you got to do the ad libs, then you got to go over the track, and then it was just so much just to finish one track.
The opposition United Progressive Party in Antigua and Barbuda has called on Prime Minister Gaston Brown to dismiss Investment and Trade Minister Asad Michael, who was among Caribbean politicians named as having alleged received bribes from British billionaire Peter Verdi. Now, the demand came on the heels of the St. Kitts and Nevis opposition calling on Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris to step down over similar allegations. Michael has denied the accusation that unfolded in a British High Court last Friday. It was revealed that telephone conversations with Verdi's business partner in 2016 had been recorded by German authorities. According to the transcripts, the businessman claimed that Michael had asked him for $2 million as well as to buy a car for his mother. UPP political leader Harold Lovell said Michael should either step down or the Prime Minister should relieve him of his portfolio. He said this latest development drags the name of Antigua and Barbuda into the mud, and the twin island nation cannot take any more of this bad publicity. Late last year, Michael was dismissed as Tourism and Investment Minister after he was detained by police in London, but he was returned to the cabinet after being successful in the March 21st general elections. Still in Antigua and Barbuda, government's effort to prevent former Executive Secretary of the Board of Education, Giselle Isaac, from taking legal action against the Minister of Education and Cabinet over her suspension 2 years ago has been struck down by the Privy Council. The ruling gives the green light for Isaac's claim to be heard in the High Court. The former Board of Education boss was suspended in 2014 and subsequently contended she had been summarily dismissed. She therefore filed a claim in the High Court. However, the government's position was that because her action involved an employment dispute, it should be heard in the Industrial Court. In 2015, the High Court ruled that Isaac had the right to have her matter heard in the High Court, and the following year, that decision was upheld by the Eastern Caribbean Court of Appeal. The government then went to the Privy Council seeking to have the decision overturned. Trinidad and Tobago's National Security Minister Edmund Dillon has refuted claims that he gave any directive through the Strategic Services Agency, the SSA, to spy on police officers. And the Commissioner of Police says he didn't either. Their denials follow a newspaper report yesterday which claimed that Dillon gave the instruction last December.
I am not aware of the SSA investigating police officers. I'm not too sure where you get that information from.
National Security Minister Edmund Dillon is denying any knowledge of the Strategic Services Agency investigating members of the police service. On Monday, the TNT Guardian published a story entitled Spies vs. Cops, in which it claimed that Minister Dillon had reportedly given a directive to the SSA to look into police officers who may be engaged in illegal activities. The newspaper cites an SSA officer as its source. However, when asked for a response, Dillon refuted the claim.
There's a professional standards bureau in the police service that investigate police officers. And there's also the special branch of the police service. If the needs be, and that's the remit of the Commissioner of Police, not the Ministry of National Security. So if there is some situation that the Commissioner wishes to investigate, he has the tools and agencies to do so.
Contacted for comment, Commissioner of Police Stephen Williams said he did not commission the SSA to take any such action, but he noted that the SSA is headed by a director.
I'm not aware of the SSC looking into crooked police officers. I don't want to go into issue of supposition. SSA is headed by a director, and they have remit under the law. The Strategic Services Agency Act makes provision as to what they can and cannot do under the law.
In 2016, the SSA Act was amended to broaden the scope of the agency, giving it responsibility to deal with matters relating to the prevention of serious crime, including aspects relating to its detection and prevention.
And that report from TV6's Vanessa Cutting. Stay with us. Your Midday Sport is next. Former Aston Villa and Bolton defender Lloyd Samuel died in a car crash this morning in Cheshire, England. Reports suggest that he was returning home after taking his children to school when his car collided with another vehicle. The Trinidad and Tobago Football Association has expressed condolences to Samuel's family members in the UK and in the home of his birth. Samuel, who hails from San Fernando, represented England at the under-21 level before going on to play for Trinidad and Tobago's senior squad. He came through the ranks at Villa before later returning or playing for Bolton and Cardiff City. He played 169 times for Villa until he moved to Bolton in 2007. And staying with football now, Jamaica's Portmore United finished third overall in the Caribbean Football Union Club Championships after whipping Trinidad-based Central FC. TV6's Vinud Nawani tells us more.
Later that evening, Arnett Gardens lost in the final to Club Atletico Pantoja of the Dominican Republic 6-5 in a penalty shootout after a goalless result. Club Atletico are the Caribbean club champions. Vinod Nawani, TV6 Sport.
And that's Caribbean in 10. Join us again at 6:30 for Caribbean Newsline. Good afternoon.